Hi, today's good person to know is Ben Southworth. He's co-founder and board advisor of the Three Beards. He's a passionate and energetic speaker, as you'll come to see in this video. I mean, who do you know that calls themselves archaic, non-commercial, idiotic, caring, stupid, and the list goes on. It's kind of refreshing in a way because at least you know that he's talking from his heart. His talk is about who are you, what do you stand for, who are you talking to, and who's your audience. He says there are certain things that you've got to work out before you speak to anyone, particularly investors. You need to understand why you have done what you're doing, because this will keep you focused. You need to know the people you want to attract, because once you know your audience, you'll know your market, and from that you'll find the size of the opportunity that you're going to absolutely sacrifice everything for. He says your target audience can't be everyone, not even Facebook have managed that, and that Apple served 1% of the 1%, and everybody aspires to be part of the 1% of the 1% club. He says if you get the audience right, they will jump for joy and they'll tell everyone else like them about your product and service. He says you need to know this because people are blind, stupid, dumb and deaf. And you know, I think he's got a point. I mean, how many people follow the crowd or who are working on autopilot? Ben says the most successful ones are those that keep hacking away, keep changing and doing things differently, and says don't build anything until you're absolutely sure that somebody wants it. What I liked most about his video was where he says give away your time and do things that you're passionate in. You never know how the reward will come back to you. Now I hope you enjoy this video. It's particularly relevant for anybody who's unclear or unsure about what they're doing in their life, their business, whether or not they're on the right stage in their career. It just, you know, these questions that he asks, if you can answer them, just maybe you'll know where you're heading. So I hope you enjoy it and thank you for watching.
My values are anarchic, hippie, non-commercial, idiotic, caring, stupid, passionate. I refuse to do business with some people because I don't like their company. My wiser and cleverer chaps say to me, we need the money, Ben. Marketing people love talking about brand. We like to say things like Nike's a great brand and Apple's a great brand. No, they're not. They're just really nice little bits of design. What they do is they embody all of the above. Their positioning, their messaging, their tone of voice. Everything that Nike does is Nike. Everything that Apple does is Apple. When Apple give you a new thing that you didn't want but you decide to pay for, they have done exactly what Apple stands for, which is create an incredible company that excites you and inspires you about technology. It is the brand of Apple. It is the way that it communicates. It is the way it presents itself. It's the way it tugs at your little heartstrings and makes you spend more money than you have on devices you don't really need. When you start looking at your own businesses, trying to work out where you sit, where you feel, how you talk, how you communicate, and what you stand for. Because your product will change. It has to change. Because not only will the software evolve, the hardware will evolve, and you will have to evolve with it. And without having a very core understanding of all of these points, you will ultimately either have big internal arguments and then ultimately fail. These are the things you need to work out. They're also the questions that an investor will ask you. They are the questions that you will have to be able to answer within 10 to 15 seconds. There's no chance of an or an arm or I don't know. You have to nail this stuff. You have to be absolutely convinced of your own answers. You need to understand why it is you have done what it is you are doing. If you are serious about creating your own business and basically spending your life fretting and worrying about your bank balance or thinking, why did I take this project on, or why are these people being like this, or why are you making me cry? These are the things that will keep you sane. Again, more questions, stupid questions. But again, you have to know all of this stuff. Sometimes you don't know it until someone asks you. Sometimes you don't know it until you have to start explaining it. Sometimes you never know the answer. Sometimes you think, I don't know why I'm doing this. That's never true. That's you not interrogating yourself enough. You have to have this model of a person in your head, and you have to really understand them completely. So the Beards is really easy because we work in startups, which means that we can very quickly sort of assess kind of the sorts of people we want to attract. We want to attract aspirational, entrepreneurial, driven, predominantly young men and women who wish to try and find a new life for themselves. Our job is to transition them from their old life into a new life where they are happy and content. And we make sure that we introduce them to someone similar to themselves, so that they don't feel alone. And that's it. That's all we do in the Beards. There's nothing more complicated to it than that. We are literally meeters and greeters for London. Once you know your audience, you know your market. Once you know your market, you know the size of the opportunity. Once you know the size of the opportunity, you can understand whether or not it's worth devoting your entire life to being poor in the hope of getting some nice kickback when you exit. If you're building healthcare apps or you're building a Facebook app or anything, if your answer is it's for everybody, stop. And spend a week trying to work out exactly who it is for. Not create something for everyone. You cannot. Apple does not create products for everybody. It creates products for the 1% of the 1%. Apple doesn't care. It wants you to be aspirational about being that 1% of the 1%. You need that about your product. People need the audience you get. If you get them right, we'll be telling everyone else who's like them about their product, about your product. When you have other people talking about you, you're doing it right. This is so crucial. This, who inspires you? Who do you want to be? You need a hero. You need to know that you know more about your business and what you stand for and what you value than anyone else. Why does this matter? Consumers are blind. They don't want to look at your thing. They're not interested in looking at what it is you have done. You can somehow get people to open their eyes. And that does mean building something beautiful, or something that is interesting, or something that is exciting. We are stupid in the fact that we do not think we need new things. We're stupid. We don't know what we want. Our job as marketeers and product developers is to tell them why. You have to spend your time turning ideas and questions over. And you have to keep going back to the questions that I was talking about before. Who are you? What do you stand for? Who are you talking to? Who is your audience? And keep twisting it and turning it. The most successful amongst us are the people who just keep hacking away, keep changing, keep doing it differently, keep changing it until someone bites. And then find out why they bite, and then see if you can get two people to do it. One of the great strategies on this is the lean customer development cycle, is basically based around this, which is do not build anything until someone bites. And then when they bite, double check that they'll pay to bite again. And if you get that confirmed twice, 3, 4, 5 times, then do it. Don't build anything until you're sure someone wants it. I don't care how long you spend in Photoshop making it look like it exists. I would genuinely say don't build anything unless you're quite happy to throw away code. In order to be successful, and I think to be useful, you have to give your time both to your customer, but also to your audience. You have to give your time to other people. You have to help people. Give away your time, you never know how it's going to come back. It really is essential. Do something of value, something of meaning, something that helps someone. Don't just try and work out what you're going to do to get either money or a yacht. No one cares.